Yes, sir. Y'all already know what time it is. It's your boy MP here. Thank y'all for tuning in. He said it.
Me.
So you already know. I've already introduced myself. I'm gonna let my host introduce himself.
What's going on, everybody? It's your man Julian Griffith, and we're back with another episode of our lovely podcast. And these topics that we got today, these going to be some very, very difficult conversations, but great conversation starters. And I think people will definitely appreciate these topics. When you agree?
Absolutely. I feel like these type of the conversation we will have. I don't know where it will go, where it will lead. If it'll go high, if it go low. You know what Michelle Obama say: when they go low, we go. I don't know if it'll get in that realm, but I do feel like these type of conversations do need to be had in a healthy way, in a healthy manner. Like not to be, belittling or anything. Sometimes you might have to belittle somebody because they really just be saying some dumb shit. Just be saying some dumb stuff. But before we get into the conversation, make sure y'all following the YouTube page, Uneducated Genius, as you see on my t-shirt. Follow them. Also, you can follow me on Instagram, as you can see in the corner at the MP show. And you can follow my host, Mr. Julian Griffith, at official Julian Griffith. How you been, man? You good? You solid? Things?
Yeah, man, I've been good. Just been grinding with the business and grinding with the acting, man, and trying to stay sane in this world. How about yourself?
Man, this is a good segue. It's being sane in this world right now. Whew, who you telling, man? No, about the same. Things are solid. Got the company going smooth in a good direction. Also with the acting stuff. Some got hit up by a good friend of mine about a future project. I got in contact with some people. Gonna be meeting up with some people next week. Well, this week. I always start Sunday. What day you start the week with? Saturday or Sunday?
Me Monday. I say
Monday.
Monday,
Oh,
but
you a Monday nigga. Okay.
yeah, I am. But they say
I hate
Sunday.
that. But on the calendar, it literally says Sunday is the first day on calendar. Like I've
Yeah,
never seen a calendar that started with Monday.
but they always said on the seventh day, Jesus or God rested, but it's always been Sunday. So it was like I've never understood like you ain't supposed to do nothing like you fellowship and worship on Sundays. That was supposed to be the day off. So that's why I don't know. Like in my opinion, Sunday's the last day.
You right. You right.
Yeah,
You can tell. I left the church at a very young age. Okay, because I was not thinking about the seventh day.
yeah,
That
the
blew
seventh
my
day.
mind. Christians, don't attack me. Just a man trying to learn the game. I didn't think about that. Okay, now it makes sense why people do it. I got it. Okay,
But you
tomato,
got the project.
tomato. Say what?
I said, but you got a project that you about to be a part of.
Yeah. So,
Yep.
like I say, hopefully things go well. I will be a part of it. So, crossing fingers on it. Also got hit up a couple weeks ago. A friend I met through social media, Instagram, I think. He's working on a project he wants to get out within the near future. Asked me to be a part of it. So,
Congrats, man.
yeah, no, I appreciate it. Thank you. That's the part of the business people don't be knowing about.
Mhm.
Oh, hey, I got this. All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, oh, I heard about it. It's like takes time, man. Especially when you're an independent artist, independent producer, whatever it is, it takes time because it costs money. You got life, and stuff like that. So yeah, no, acting wise, I got that going on. I just had an audition for a film. I haven't hit back yet. My manager hasn't hit me back yet. And I start shooting pretty soon. So, I'm gonna take that L and just walk on by.
Yeah,
Carry
I'm
that
waiting.
L with me,
I
So
got a
what?
couple of things. I said I'm waiting to hear back from the. I had a Old National Bank commercial. I had a callback actually, so I did the self tape, and then I had a live in person callback on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
They supposed to film this upcoming week, so hopefully I hear something by tomorrow because it would have to be. I think it
Right.
would film Wednesday, Thursday, or Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, something like that. So it's still time because it's just a fitting and it's here in Chicago.
Gotcha.
Got that, and I actually got offered a recurring role on a dark fantasy TV series that'll film spring or summer of 2026. That's what it's slated to do the pilot. So I got a year. And they were like, "Hey, I actually submitted myself for this role." So this is the other part that people don't. We always wait on our agents and managers and everything like that. And I submitted myself for this, and I just submitted my acting reel, my resume for a specific role that I wanted in there because I'm like, the thing of like King Arthur, Merlin like stuff. I'm like, this would be different. I want something different because I want to continue to stretch my range and show people that I actually got real range with this stuff. But the director, a series producer and writer, they messaged me back like, "Hey, for the pilot, it's not picked up yet. Can you fly yourself to Pennsylvania?" I'm like, "Yeah, like of course."
No, I need somebody to help me with my
Yeah,
luggage.
right. I'm like, I can be there. It was like, we not covering flights, but we doing housing, all the lodging though, and you'll be needed for like 2 to 4 weeks. So I said, yeah. And finally, the next day, remember, I have an audition. They like, "Hey,
Right.
we want to offer you." They gave me a different role because I wanted a series. I wanted one of the leads, but they offered me a recurring role as the captain of the King's guards. I mean, so and it got stunts and everything, and so they were like, "Hey, can you do your own stunts, or do we need to hire somebody?" I said it depends on the stunts, but because I want to do them because I was like, to have on our resume, you know how big that is for people to like, "Oh man, he could do stunts, like do his own
Right.
stunts." Like, I'm not no Jackie Chan or nothing, but I just want to be able to be like, "Man, I did my stunts." So I think, if I'm not mistaken, if you do your stunts, isn't that a boost? That should be a jump in your pay, I
Yeah,
believe.
because then you don't need a stunt double, so you could
Yeah,
basically get the stunt double pay. I mean, if
yeah.
that's in the budget, that's probably why they ask you to do the stunts because they like we ain't got stunt double budget. So,
Well, no, they said they will. They will hire. They said, "Am I comfortable?" They asked me, "Am I comfortable?"
oh, well then, yeah, you
I
can
said,
get
"I'm doing it.
yeah, because you
I'm doing
basically
it."
it's like a stand-in, so because you got to pay. Yeah, so yeah, you
Yeah.
should definitely get a bump.
So I said, I'm gonna do the stunts, man, because I was assuming there's some action. Obviously, I'm the captain of the King's Guard, man. It's Merlin, King Arthur's dark fantasy type of stuff. So that's interesting. So I was like, man, I got it. And that's why I submitted for it. And praise God, I didn't audition. They offered it to me. The director reached out to me personally and was like, we looked at your resume and your acting real pretty much, and we didn't see you in uniform so much. So you got to be able to do it. Yeah. So I did get that, So yeah, man, we both got these opportunities coming up, man, in the near future. So kudos to
just
us.
just gotta stay level minded and just be ready for when the time comes. That's how I look at it.
Absolutely.
So, um, but yeah. So I guess you good. I'm good. We solid. Now let's man, it's January and we have a new president now. And boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I don't know, man. It's crazy getting older and wiser. Well, I feel I've gotten wiser. And I hope a lot of people get wiser as they get older. If you pretty still young, dumb, and stupid, and you like in your 50s, you pretty much wasted a lot of your life. Yeah, honestly, it's incredible what the power of ignorance can do. Let's say that much. Yeah, Trump is officially back in office. When I say I'm not finna be angry at him. I'm not finna be like very emotional. It's just I honestly am very appalled by the yes men around him. But then I'm not, because at the end of the day, this political game is a game. It's about power. It's about controlling a narrative and controlling a people's mind, controlling a people's pocket. Remember hearing a saying about A students work for C students. And if this ain't the best example of that, I don't know what other example he can be, because this guy is a blubbering idiot, man. Gotta be the absolute most. Let me say this. And you know what?
Mhm.
As far as thinking, critical thinking, as far as the ability to have common sense, the let's say the X's and O's of knowledge, this guy's a blubbering idiot. Absolute idiot. Like, what the hell do you be saying, bro? Like told people first term to drink bleach. get rid of COVID. You know, like what was other dumb like even
You said
like
COVID wasn't real and all type of
yes.
stuff, you know.
Like now, like I live in LA and recently with these fires, he's like, yeah, they're holding water. They're not letting the water flow. If you had enough water, you had all the and it's like, bro, it don't just work like that. And he's saying, and because people are so simple minded, it's like, oh, fire, throw water. It's like, you just can't throw water on any type of fire.
Right.
Water, especially depending on the temperature of the fire and the blaze, water will just it's almost like if it's freezing cold outside, like 0 degrees, -5, and you just threw water in the air, it freezes. If the
Mm-hmm.
temperatures are astronomically high, I don't know the term for certain like very hot temperatures, but if you throw water on, it's going to evaporate. The water won't even get able to touch the type of fires that we were having. Like, bro, it don't work like that. And then when you have a blaze that's taking not one house, two like houses, like rows of houses, it's a way you have to attack the fire to keep it from not spreading. You know what I'm saying? But it's like these type of things aren't being said. These type of things aren't being. You know what? These things are being said. I feel like these things are not being said in the large scale, like the idiotic things him and his cronies are saying. And now it's no more DEI, no more EEO. It's like we just all of this. It's merit based. Like, bro, merit based. What merit do you have, bro? You are a pampered a trust fund baby.
Yeah, but okay, I'll start with this. There are things that Trump does that I can't approve of, and I'm gonna provide context. And then there are things that he does that I dislike. So there's some things that he is doing that I'm like, okay, cool. And there's some things and things that he might say that I just don't pay any mind. I'm not a person that just follows politics. So I'll let people know that right off the bat. That is not my thing because at the end of the day, call me a conspiracy theorist or a borderline conspiracy theorist, but I always believe that the presidents are picked. I don't like we don't have people foolishly think. See, I kind of disagree with you with the like his cronies and all that type of stuff because people gonna have cronies. Because I can say the same thing about like the Democratic Party, and the reason why I have my like disdain for like the Democratic Party. I don't like either one because this I don't like either one.
Oh, me neither. Me neither.
Yeah, I don't like either one of them, but I'm also not a liberal either. So it's like I could care less. I'm not more of I go based off of because of my spiritual, my Christian beliefs. I go based off the policies and things that are most closely aligned with biblical principles. So when I look at that, it ain't going based off of somebody's character. Like we all done did some crazy, messed up stuff in our lives and our past and stuff like that. We've all done something. For if we became, which I'm a public speaker, I go and I speak and I do positive, motivation, motivational speaking. If people brought up the fact that I had a baby out of wedlock, you know, because that was something in my past. Like, does that discredit me from making like changes or strides or not being? Does that make me a person that isn't knowledgeable of certain things? Like I can't do it? No.
Mhm.
And I think that's where we as people have been conditioned by social media and society to we don't look at things that get done. We only judge everything based on what we feel for that person, if that makes sense. So like no matter how we like Donald Trump, I can like I said, I can care less about his character. Not much of a person there. But me as a business owner, though, me as a business owner, and me that understands business, we know what he is. He is a businessman. He is a trust fund baby. He was gifted in inheritance
He's
from
a
his dad. It was
horrible
passed
businessman.
a whole businesses. But here's the thing, though: is it his fault though? Aren't don't we always talk this generational wealth thing,
Mm-hmm.
and that we try to strive to do so our kids can have that? So isn't that him just benefiting greatly from what he like we're hoping to get to? That's
No.
all it is. Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead.
So no, and okay, and I definitely hear what you're saying, and I definitely respect it. And this is and like you said, politics is all a game. It's all a game. But my biggest thing, and I repeat this, we talk about this fairness, we talk about this merit. Could no black person, no Hispanic, no Asian, no Indian, these people that they could
Any person
not
of color.
speak like this man has spoken and said things said things he said, and be able to run for office. The man is officially, by the white man's law and creed, he's a felon. He's a convicted felon. The
But
white
hasn't
man's
he
law
hasn't been
said,
tried though? I thought he hasn't been tried though. It hasn't been taken to trial.
well, no, he
Hard.
hasn't been taken to trial for his sentencing,
But they
but
have officially
he's
charged
been
him?
found guilty. He's
He
been
is
found
found guilty.
guilty. Yeah,
Okay.
so he hasn't been
Okay.
sent to trial for sentencing, but he's been found guilty. That's why they said we can't sentence him while he's the president. But he's
Right.
still, by the white man's law, he's still a felon.
He's found guilty on his
He was
charges.
found guilty.
But here's my part, right? Because I agree with you, right? Why are you surprised? Like, yeah, I don't understand why
No,
people.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. That's the thing. I'm not surprised.
Mhm.
All I'm saying is, I'm. What bothers me is that, and this is where it goes. Like when people say, "Oh, Obama won for black," it's like it's when people, and this was another thing when people was bothering me with Kamala. Oh, she's code switching. She's acting this way with this people. When it come to black people, we got a code switch, bro.
Mhm.
Like it's inherently known that you can't be okay, just for lack of, you can't be black around certain white people. You can't.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
They don't resonate with it. They get scared. They like, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? And so when people say, yeah, she ain't being real. Y'all ain't really worked in fields where it's people. I listen to stories from people. They got to be in these jobs in these offices for hours. Just
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
they can't like when and like and so I've worked with white people. One thing they're so nosy. They just love to ask you, how's your day going? What did you do this weekend? I said, oh yeah. Well, I took my cat out to the house and I took my kids to the hospital. And then I found out it's like, I didn't ask for all of this. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Just
Mhm.
and they want to know, oh, what did you go? It's like, bro, can you stay out of my business, man? You know what I'm saying? It's like they want to force themselves upon to be in your life. And it's like,
Yeah.
relax. So, and also at the same time, if you come and then you start being yourself, it's like, oh, they get taken back and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, yes, for black people, you got a code switch. And so back to being surprised. No, I'm not surprised. But the fact, and this again, it's the fact that he's allowed to do this, and then he's a felon that had the ability to become president. Like when people say, yeah, like black people like, yeah, he real, he a felon. I'm like, is he real? Because you're a felon. You can't work at McDonald's.
Yeah.
Is
No.
he real, or is there a different standard here? And that's the thing. I get all the he's just being himself. Cool. But can you be yourself? And if you realize as a person you can't be yourself, but this person can be himself, but you be yourself, it hurts you. That's not right. That's where it's like, okay, that's not right. It's not right at all.
So again, I agree. Like I agree with you. Like, and I get it, but I don't view it that way because it's never been an equal playing field. So I never look at these things like we couldn't do this. It's like, yeah, we knew this already,
And
guys.
I get that. And my thing, and I guess also because all the information I've seen, all the information I've been privy to and stuff, and then his people he got close to him buying up these, having ownerships of these social medias, messing with the algorithms. It's the fact that people like, don't put it, why you keep putting this information? They put out a lot of false information. You have to combat that with truthful information. So yes, if he gets to be able to spew bullshit, I want to be able to spew truth.
Agreed.
So that's it.
But what parts of it is BS though? Like, give me an example.
So, like I say with the fires, California, they've been having water flow from the north for millions of years. They have water just flowing down the stream. No, bro, it's just water doesn't just flow. Also, it has to,
Well,
but
didn't he
also
say they said on the news that all the hydrants were they weren't even working in those areas.
they were working. They were working. It was just the fire was so large, the amount of pressure you needed, was not
Yeah.
it couldn't handle the large of fire, and there were wind. It was like 80 to 100 mile
The
per hour
winds.
winds.
Yeah.
So
I did
that's
see
why I
that.
say you have. It's a way you attack a fire to keep it from spreading. And
Yeah.
then we couldn't get air support because you gotta. They have choppers that come through and that. Bro, we get fires every year. Like
Yeah.
it ain't new though. It ain't new out here, but they
Right.
contain them, and it don't be 80 mile per hour winds.
Yeah, spreading that. But didn't they also take away the fire insurance or something like that, or the for a lot of them homeowners? That I heard that is true.
Yeah, and the same thing happened in Florida. They took away
Yeah,
hurricane insurance.
the hurricane insurance, and so like they can't even get reimbursed.
So if we want to go, so with that, it's happening in a red state and a blue state. So we can't use the insurance because that's just insurance, which is business. And the reason you can't say anything because it's privatized.
It's privatized. Yeah. No, I agree. I'm saying like, yeah, I'm just making sure like this is all true because I don't
Yeah.
watch the news and all that stuff.
No. I don't need. I'm talking to people. So yeah, no. So yeah, and these companies have the right to do that because they're private. They have their own entity. So, and the thing is, it's like it sounds correct, but it doesn't just work like that. Now he's saying, you know what? I don't want the government. I want to get rid of FEMA and stuff like that. I just want the states to take care of themselves. And I'm like, do you not realize that the states that voted for you, they take the most from the government
You mean
as
like
far
as
as
far as like
federal
assistance?
subsidies?
Mm-hmm.
They get the most from the government. And
Yeah.
then I'm like, okay, well then when states like Alabama, Louisiana, Mississippi, who are the poorest in the country, get hit, but they don't got no money. It's like when I hear this, it's like, okay, and then also it is a little personal when I'm hearing people like, it's people I'm knowing. It's like, hey man, I didn't know. Wait, what is Trump talking about doing this and that? I'm like, what do you mean? I didn't know he was gonna do this. What do you mean you didn't know? You voted for him. You didn't read your research. You didn't figure out what the hell he wanted. No, he said this, and it's like, yeah, but I didn't
Politicians
think
lie
he
all
was
the
gonna really
time.
do it because he was like, yeah, because he said he was gonna build a wall, but he ain't really build a wall. He just be funny. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah.
no, bro. You know what I'm saying? So then also that plays in the part. That plays a bit because like it's so many people like, well, I didn't know it was gonna affect me. It's like, bro, and this is with me, I think past me. I think bigger than me. I think for the future. So things like, and certain things like me, it's like abortion. Oh my God, why is it blinking on me?
You talking about like you said the abortion laws, the in vitro, the stuff that the Democrats were, you
Yeah,
know,
it's some things I honestly, I go off who I deem of intelligence and ability to lead a large group of people
okay.
of
And
intelligence.
so are you saying so you were an advocate for Kamala Harris to
Yes.
be the president,
And I'm
and
like,
you felt
yes,
like
because I'm like, she's well qualified. And I went to
I
say,
disagree. I
and she
disagree.
was well qualified. She went to,
I could.
she,
It don't
she had,
matter to me. That don't matter, bro. You just said something though. You said, can they lead a large group of people? Now, can I ask you, because you say you speak for the future and you don't have kids, but I do.
mm-hmm.
Okay, I have a daughter, as you know. So we talking about intelligence, qualifications, in her marketing campaigns. She did not have not one person of intelligence or qualifications or character or high stature, so somebody with integrity advocating for her in her marketing campaign outside of Michelle Obama. Everybody that she brought on stage for her marketing campaigns were the Meg the Stallions, all of the stuff that was pandering to the
Oh, I
black
didn't agree
community,
with that. That was
black folks.
stupid.
But
Yeah.
but that point, but this is what I'm getting at. How is it that somebody is so intelligent, so qualified, but we have to go that low and degrade ourselves and our people? That's your marketing campaign, that's your tactic, and now you're also doing that, and all of it is it's literally a PUSSY campaign. That's all it's about. That there was nothing when I listened to this stuff. There was not a single thing that was beneficial for me as a black man. There was nothing that was beneficial to my daughter, because if we just gonna go ahead and say it, I don't have a problem with there being two genders, because that's how we were when we were born and we was coming up. I mean, that's just what it is. I'm not knocking nobody. I'm not saying anything that out of pocket, but again, I don't. The reason why I disagree because I don't want my daughter growing up and I shouldn't have to worry about her going into a bathroom and here's a boy that woke up that morning and said I identify as a girl in the bathroom with my daughter or trying to play the same sports as my daughter. So when we have these blurred lines, because again, it started off cool. Everybody's like, oh, it's no problem, but then it has become so extreme now and so outrageous that it doesn't matter. I can wake up and you're saying, hey, I identify as a chicken, and these people are literally calling themselves things like furries and all and like this, and it's becoming so out of control that if I say, man, you sound dumb, I'm shaming you. Or I'm not, and it's like you got kids, I'm not lying, at these high schools that literally are furries and they call and like the teachers have to allow them to drink milk out of a bowl on the floor because they think they're cats. And if you if you say something to these kids,
Mm-hmm.
you're in the wrong. They gonna call the parent. You could get fired. So I'm being held. I do not like my intelligence, my common sense, and my real critical thinking skills and my logic to be like literally insulted. So when you see that stuff, like when I watched Kamala's campaign, that's insulting to me. Because if you're so smart and you're so intelligent, find another way. But everybody in your marketing team is like, you need to bring the Meg Thee Stallions. You need to bring all of them. These are the most people. These are the wrong influential people. But they got the who
They did
followers.
that. They did that to get the young people vote. To get the young people vote. I didn't think
But
it was
she
a
did
good
it.
way to. Hmm? Yeah, no, I didn't think, and I didn't think it was the right way because I didn't think it was the right way to go about it. But also, she got thrown in like with 6 months. Like she didn't have a full like Trump been doing this. He
Yeah,
had a whole a
yeah,
whole other 4 years to, you know what I'm saying. And so, but yeah, no, I didn't agree with that. I didn't agree with that, but I understood what they were trying to do to get the young people because at the same time, I so many young people I see, they get on TikToks and they know dances and stuff. Oh wait, that's
that's
the
all
dance.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So I get it from that. So because I'm not gonna blame her because they looking at these numbers and stuff and like this will help us to get to this group of stuff like that. So I kind of I understood what they were trying to do. You know what I'm saying? No, I didn't agree with that. And that's my thing. It's like even if I don't agree, I understand what you're trying to do. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Like when I was first 18, who did I think I was it's like Kerry and
you had
Bush.
to have Bush. You had to have Bush again when you was 18. I think you had Bush when you
Yeah,
turned
it was Bush
18.
and Kerry.
Bush
And
was
the only reason
before
I didn't
Obama.
vote for Bush because he said what?
Bush was right before Obama, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which was for Obama. He the one that put us in the recession. And I was like, I was just listening to him talk, and I said, bro, this dude sounds so stupid. Like he just didn't. I'm like, and then yes, I went pro black. I'm like, bro, this dude. Both of me is two white dudes, but I'm like, wait, how's this dude president saying what he says? Like
Yeah.
it's like water. It's getting like he sound like a more intelligent Trump, but he wasn't that intelligent. You get what I'm saying? The I do get into the policies and stuff like that. And as far as if I do go with Democrat and Republican, I definitely I approve of democratic policies as
Okay.
much as I
So
do
like,
have my own business and I understand business things and I understand that, but I can still make money as a business under Democrats as I can with Republicans. I'm more of people and inclusion. And it goes to your point, like you say, yes, I don't have any kids. You know what I'm saying? I
yeah.
understand that as a parent with I don't agree with that as well because I don't agree with that as well as far as if you want to allow these people to have these mindsets and thinkings that I feel that I'm a furry. I never heard that, but that's what I feel. Cool. Then we allow you make us we'll just use the restroom for a moment. You just make a
Mhm.
restroom for these people. And now I'm being funny. Don't attack me for you can make the confused bathroom or this is I am who I am bathroom. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the thing.
Man.
So, because this is the thing, and this is why I don't go against these people. Because at the end of the day, they still gonna do this. They're gonna
Mhm.
be behind closed doors. And this is another thing why I hate when politicians they do this, because then years later we find out, this person was doing this. Wait, you was a person talking to major crap about not doing this. You know what I'm saying? Things like sexually assaulting women. You know what I'm saying? And being found guilty for these type of things. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I totally get, and I agree with your point where it's like we know this stuff happened. What can you do? But it comes to a point where even if I'm not alive to not see type of justice or things, I just don't feel like everybody just turn a blind eye to this, because I would like to have kids, and I'll be damned if somebody does something to my daughter, my son, and it's like, man, it's like, no, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't want to help too long, but like, yeah, no, and it's like now it's going with the DEI and stuff. And granted, so now he's signing executive orders to end like diversity, equity, and inclusion. I get it. For the most part, it only benefited white women. Well, for the most part.
Oh my God, I'm glad you said it. I'm glad you said it.
This is the thing, and this is the thing. Once and it's like this, and then everyone. Well, now we can do what we can take care of ourselves and stuff like that. We've always had the ability to take care of ourselves. It's just that at the end of the day, there's still a white man up top that someone has to answer to get something to fall down to us. And the thing is, as we assimilate, as far as when it goes to the top with money and things, like the people with money and certain power, as black people get to assimilate up there, their thinking changes. And I can't be mad at that. You're a human being. But at the same time, it's like, and so now when they get up there, they also have to understand, they got to play the game where shit, I can't just say I'm doing everything for black people, because shit, they might not like that. They might feel like now I'm excluding people, which on a bare surface, yes, you are not including somebody else. But at the end of the day, and this is why this is the hypocrisy. It's like everybody include each other, but then you tell somebody take care of your own, and that's that. It's like a bloated word like opportunity. I hate that word. You have the opportunity. Do I really have? I have the opportunity, absolutely. But then when you peel it back, do I have the opportunity? We look at the film industry. Every black person has an opportunity to make, but do I really have the opportunity to make it? When I can see blonde hair Jacob with smooth skin can't tie his shoe, but hey, he's a white guy, nice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, yes, I understand that. And that is what it is, but that doesn't mean nothing should not be said. Nothing should not try to change and buck the system. So back to the Trump. So like, when it comes to like DEI and things like that, I know it won't benefit us, but it's a start to where because when people want to get fired, or
they can fire you because of your hair and stuff now, like they can do it. But that's, if I'm being honest though, again, and please people, when I make certain statements, I just want to give this disclaimer that I'm usually correct in my assessment when I make certain statements, because my discernment is very strong with a lot of stuff, and I don't usually speak without fully analyzing this stuff. But when it comes to the DEI stuff, it was never meant for black people to begin with. It was for, like, I mean, because think about it. It's mainly been, and when did it come out? When did it come into effect?
Like 60s, 70s. I mean, it all stems from the civil rights.
But it was with the 60s or 70s, right? Okay, so primarily, there's typically, we had, for black people, more so black men, there was the affirmative action. But I believe with the DEI stuff and everything, since it's such a broad, scope of people, it's primarily for women and LGBTQ community and other ethnicities or some type of disabilities or whatever it is. Because when it's all said and done, just look at what happened when they stripped it. Like, people get so, like, yeah, cool, y'all happy? Like, if we really take a step back and be like, man, they just doing this because they don't want black people to succeed. No, that rule just told them they got to hire 3 black people, but the company has 1,000 workers. So we are disappointed because now we can't take up 3 of the 1,000 spots that they have. They didn't want to hire us to begin with. But to the point that you made, if we started being wiser and as our people who are in a different tax bracket started really trying to do what we should have been doing a long time ago and we attempted to do, which was literally have our own business and hire our own people and not be a crab in the barrel mentality, we wouldn't be having these conversations. People wouldn't be, so looking at the news and all this stuff that's going on because you would get it. You would get it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I don't, because I run my business, so I understand. Yes, I'm not hiring you if you don't meet a certain standard that I want. It ain't got nothing to do with the color of your skin. It's no, what do you represent, and does it work well with my brand?
And see, and this is the thing where I had to take myself and I had to take myself out of 2024 and put myself in 1964, 1962.
Yeah. Yeah.
The meaning definitely has changed because of what the rule implemented. Because now if we go before that, they're like, oh, we should have stayed segregated. And I definitely believe, I definitely believe that. But then I have to say, wait, I didn't live at that time. And then if we were segregated, what happened? They still don't even want to pay people from the Tulsa riots, bro. Literally, it was a government. You get what I'm saying? So you got to think of those times where these people are like, bro, we trying to do our stuff, but you take this from us. We want to do. We can go fight in a war for you, but you telling me I can't get a job because of my color. You got to go drinking this and stuff. Until then, you implement a law where it's like, all right, now you can see me. And over time, we've trinkily assimilated. So you have to think about it. And when you make the point as far as people up above, up top, coming to help and stuff like that, white people have been able to do this for over 400 plus years with the wealth from
Free
slavery.
labor. Yep.
Black people, with the smidgenest of percentage, have only had this capability for what my mama was like, parents, my grandparents, like 60 years.
Yeah.
It's gonna take, and this is why, and then I don't want to come off like towards like rich black people that have wealth and stuff like that, like it's their job to do it. No, it's not your job to do it. It's not. But I do feel like, in a sense, if we are so about us, it's risk we got to take. It's a certain risk we got to take. We just got to necessarily just do it to try to catch up for 400 plus years we haven't. So it's going to be tough for 60 years to try to do what these people had for 400 years, which 300 of it was free labor.
Free labor. Yeah.
So and so, yeah, so like you say, yeah, it's only those 3 spots, but it was a time where there was 0. And it sounds minuscule. It sounds so small in 2024. And but it's like, I got to think like, no, bro, there was 0. Now think about it now, it's just 0. So it's like, and that's why things like the D stuff is like, it's like, yes, it didn't get, I get all of the surface level. Yes, it didn't really affect, it didn't help us. They still were being discriminative towards us. Police still, I get all of that. But there was a time where we couldn't even go in court to fight it. There was a time where if I made a call to they not even gonna listen to it. But it has changed. And this is the thing with what is going on now. Like I said, we've only had 60 years to have this cable. Like with women, like when people say, oh, the past with women, relationships, oh, with women back then, it's like, bro, do you realize a woman didn't open a bank account until 1988 by themselves? It's like, no, in the 70s, I think it was 1970. They couldn't own you couldn't buy a woman couldn't get their own house. You know what I'm saying? So of course they're going to stay with a man because the man had the power. Now, yes, a woman ain't got to walk in the bank with no man under their arm to go create an economic stability for themselves. They can create their own business. They can make their own millions without the necessity of a man in the economical sense. So,
yes, I agree. I just started. I'm just like literally like playing all of like the different like the timelines of all the stuff that you were saying, and we are at a point now where we are See, I agree. I have to say that for I agree.
Again, I think I'm saying it's a
Yeah.
societal thing.
Yeah,
It has
it's a
nothing to do with
society. Yeah,
spirit,
yeah, 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 yeah.
nothing
Like
with
it's
religion. 'Cause I don't.
yeah.
Me and religion. I put that. I
See, I
think that
know, and see, and that's where, but that's where.
because the thing is I have no problem with religion. I hate that people abuse it and use it,
Abused it. Agree. 100% agree.
but they use it as a tool, like with Trump. Oh, Trump Bible. How you like you get stuff like and I mean not just keep putting it, but you get what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
but yes, so I'm going with societal. I'm speaking in a societal sense by
Yeah,
laws
yeah.
that are written. That's what I'm saying.
No,
Because I
I
figure that's
just think no. It's just about the laws that are written. There has always been an agenda, people, and that agenda has been going on, and it's been like a hierarchy, like a structure of things. Like once slavery. So let's go back. Slavery. How do I control the slave? Like you said, you use the Bible because they couldn't read, but it wasn't that they couldn't read. The original Bible, what comes out of Africa, and people don't understand that. So when a lot of black people think that Christianity was forced upon black people, it wasn't. It actually started in Africa. The problem is Paul traveled from Europe over to Africa, and so he learns this new language. He learns the Bible because the apostles or the saints, or if you will, couldn't. They had to translate for him. So think about it. You learn something completely brand new. You're the only person, the only European person that learns it, and then you take it over to your country. Now remember, you learned it in an entirely different language. When people say, you like, man, I got this new book, I learned all this information. And like, man, oh my God, let me take a look at it. And they show the book, man, I can't even read it. So now you explain it to them exactly how you see fit and how you remember it. And then that person then learns it and tells somebody, man, I found all this. And then you start, and then you think about how it gets trickled down and how these different versions of the Bible come out in the different ways that they want to explain it. And the problem is everything is so, they say tell a story to 12 different people and to get back to you differently than how it started.
right.
And that's literally what it is. So when I say that slavery, there was a system. Hey, I gotta control the slave. I'm gonna use the Bible and say slaves must obey their masters and all this type of stuff. And then if that don't work, then the slave has I need to get that slave's wife or the mom to obey. I'm gonna go ahead and abuse the man. I'm going to grape him. I'm going to grape the slave for the just so the family can see that I have power over this big burly black man and all this type of stuff. And now the woman's gonna fall in line, and now the kid's gonna fall in line, and then now slavery's over with. So now, hey, how can we keep them in slave situations? It was called slavery, racial jurisprudence. That's what it's called. Look it up. And they said we're gonna keep the conditions of slavery as close as
You
possible
got to put that
legally.
on the screen because that was a big ass
Yeah.
word. Pause.
Jurisprudence. And they literally said, okay, we're going to keep them segregated. We're going to give them minimum wage, but that man has to work 40, 50, 60 hours a week. His wife can't work. She got to take care of the family. Hey, now we're going to cause issues in the home because he got to work and earn somebody barely making it. But then when he gets home, he got problems at home because he's never home and they're just barely making it. And then you know what we're going to do? We're going to implement something and say, hey, ladies, you want to go ahead and work too? Because this is the other part that people forget. The reason why they started allowing women to work wasn't for equality. It was because they wanted to be able to tax both people in the house. They only could tax the household as one. Now they can tax everybody in the house. So it was a business move. It wasn't for equality. And that's why I said people don't need to wake up and see this stuff. And so all the laws that you're saying that are passed and are in place now, it's literally a tickling of the ear because people get into their feelings and they hear something and we make emotional decisions instead of seeing it critically and logically. If you say that I only get taxed one person in this house, I don't want to work because look how they abuse us with the taxes. I get taxed on my paycheck, so you're gonna hold that money, and then when I go
Taxes is a
shopping,
scam.
you're gonna take that from me too, and then if I pay off my home, I'm paying taxes on that. Even though I done paid it off already, I still owe you property taxes on the
Property
land that
tax.
ain't changed
No.
every year. So again, you're taxing every single thing we do, but they wouldn't be able to do it until they pass those laws and they got people to be like, yes, we need these rights. We should do this. We need that. Yeah, I'll work. I don't need my husband in the house. I'll get on government assistance. Hey, if you kick them out of the house, I'm gonna pay you more money. Huh? That sounds pretty good. Yeah. No, it was all a part of a plan. And so that's why I say I'm cool with certain things, because maybe, just maybe now, people who think they're woke will really start waking up and being like, man, this is why they actually did this. And I get it now. I understand why my grandparents were okay with just being a nanny while my grandfather went to work, because they nannying was cash. My grandmother, God rest her soul, she was just a nanny and a caretaker. Like, she didn't do, you know what I mean? Like, that's what they did, and they still had enough to survive. My grandfather worked, you know. So yeah.
No, and see, and the thing is I'm not oblivious to that.
Yeah.
I understand that this is what pisses me off about politics and these laws. It's like it's so many layers to it,
Mm-hmm.
but we've made life in this society so tough that people be like, man, it's too much to be trying to think that. That's why I say when it comes to economical freedom, we've only been able to have that in a sense for 60 years per se.
Mm-hmm.
Don't quote me for it, but like with these laws being changed. Now, yes, like you said, with the I could tax two people in a household, you can separate. I 100% understand.
Mm-hmm.
People don't even know. You don't even labor wasn't taxed until the 1930s. The
Mm-hmm.
Congress had a secret meeting during the wintertime, right before their sessions. They passed the law to tax labor because taxes was only on capital gains for the rich people.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Trust me, and this is the
Oh,
thing
yeah.
when people be like, I know all of this, bro. But sometimes you can't throw that type of information at people. You gotta get this, and so that's why when like how Trump is the most basic, simplest guy saying the dumbest stuff, that resonates to
Yeah.
people. And it goes to Kamala putting Meg Thee Stallion, these people, because that would resonate to people who are like, I resonate with this person. So it's almost you gotta dumb down to a sense, but then it's like, okay, when do you stop being dumbed down? You get what I'm saying?
When we, oh my bad, sorry. Go ahead.
Are you good? And dumb down and decide to really further your thinking and understanding of things. So, but I don't let's get to the next topic. So next topic. This was a very good conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just that because people have been like, man, you just be why you care about this and that. I'm like, y'all care. Y'all just didn't say nothing. Like if you don't say nothing, that's your right. But I do care because again, I see a lot of information and I'm like, dude, that's not right. That's not true. So if this information can go out, I can go out speaking the truth. Because the thing is y'all
Agreed.
was listening to it. Because when y'all talk to me, y'all say the same things he was saying, and I'm like, that's not true, right? Like I had a friend. He said he always voted Republican. I forgot what it was, but because their economical plan always helps the family because of trickle down economics. I say, what trickle down? I'm like, nothing trickles down, bro. Nothing trickles down. He's like, yeah, they be giving tax cuts. They don't give you a tax cut. What you mean? They say it. Do you research who gets the tax cuts? He's like the businesses. And when the businesses get the cuts, they get to hire us. And then means they got money to hire people and they can pay us. Do y'all notice every around tax season is thousands of layoffs because they get the tax benefits also for shareholders? Like he's like, whoa, I didn't know all of that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, because the thing is like what James Baldwin would say, to be black in America is be angry every day. I honestly don't believe that, but I don't be angry. It's just if I have the capability to teach somebody and help somebody understand in the best, the deepest sense that helps them, I want to do it. And so,
I agree.
yeah, no. So yeah, what everything this guy's doing and stuff. Again, it's just, and if it's personal, I don't care. It's just at the end of the day, none of this, all of this it does with money and
It's
power.
all money. Yeah,
Money and
that's all
power.
it.
At the end of the day, I understand that. But I'm a very pro-black person. I don't like how at the end of the day it's still a lot of racism behind it. And the fact that this man is the epitome of white privilege and the ability to do all of this. Granted, I know it happens, but to be able to do it at the office of the president that we're told has this type of certain standards and things like that, I just don't like it. Now, he won. We got to deal with it. I totally understand that. But like I say, If you're gonna spew a lot of bull, I'm gonna spew a lot of truth. Because
You
it's a
think
lot of
this?
people. It's
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. No, go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, and it's a lot because again, it's a lot of people who say and think these things. Again, like it's so many people like, yeah, he's gonna build a wall. The man never built. And there's another thing, as him as a person, he's disgusting. How he treats people, disgusting. And that's a big thing to me. Like that's trash. And then as a businessman, I'm not saying business people don't fail. You do fail. Like you can start. It's a business country. The man lost a casino. I'm so pissed I wasn't old enough to gamble at his casino because the house loses. His house lost. You don't lose. You don't lose. The house never loses in Vegas.
Yeah.
But you go to Trump's casino in Atlantic, you lost. The man lost the casino. And he treats people like trash. He doesn't pay workers. He's not the only person that does it also as well. I get that.
You know, I was going to pinpoint the black savior of all actors to every family.
Who?
He don't either.
Who?
Tyler Perry. But that's a whole nother conversation. But that's what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying?
And I absolutely, it's absolutely. But again, I'm going, and everything I'm for the most part saying is the surface of how this presidency, and again, and in my personal sense, if I want to see a minority do the same thing. That's all. I want to see a minority do the same thing. I mean, honestly, I really don't.
As far as like the loopholes and everything.
Well, no, honestly, I really don't. I just, again, he really stoked a lot for me. He stoked a lot of racism. He never really had policies. He just made sure to not do what Democrat, like you said, speaking about the transgender identity things, like he was making the kids that go to school and then go to school a boy, come back a girl, and have a surgery. And I was like, come on, bro. Don't say dumb stuff like that. Now, like you said, which makes sense, they go thinking they this and that. I get that. The kids, they're gonna have imaginations, and especially in this day and age, they see, but they go and have a surgery in the school.
I just didn't like it, bro. We both in our 30s. You know, we both grew up in the 90s. You know, you had a little bit of the 80s, the end of the 80s. And I had to explain this to my mom too, because my mom is very old school in her thinking, and the whole everybody thinks Democrat is a people and inclusion. But again, when we start doing our research and understanding, and then if you just take a step back and look at the stuff, I was like, Mom, that ain't never been a thing. Before I was able to vote, my first time voting was Obama. That's when I turned 18. So there's not been a thing that the Democratic Party has benefited me in my adult years and what I've seen growing up. And then when I did my research, when I was like, man, this don't make sense, because every time I hear all these black people talking about Democrats this, and we need to be doing this, and then the Republicans, black people were Republicans first. The party switched in the 70s.
With civil rights. Once the Civil Rights Act passed, that's when it switched.
Republicans, people forget that black people were Republicans. They switched parties, and people say, that wasn't true. How is it? I say Republicans were up north. The free slaves, where were they? They're up north. I said the Republicans then, they started moving back and they switched parties, and the Republicans then became the southern states, or the red states, if you will, and all of this type of stuff. We were Republican. Republicans literally were the black people. But they started switching, like you said, the civil rights stuff, and started changing these laws, and they started manipulating everything. And then they told you, hey, no, this person, that wrong. So they just made a division. We just have to, I tell my mom all the time, I said, there's never been anything that I've seen any benefits from. I said,
are you saying from either party or just Democrats?
I've seen primarily Democrats in office, because we've had, for me, I was born in 90, we've had Bush, Clinton, Bush. It was Bush, Clinton, Bush. Then it was Obama from the 90s.
So I've literally seen.
That's what I said. We've had both, but I've had more Democrats. Donald Trump made it because George Bush was Republican. Bill Clinton was a
Both Bushes.
Democrat.
Both
Both
Bushes.
Bushes were. That's what I'm saying. I've seen 3 Bushes though, in my because he won 2 terms too. No,
Okay,
you
I'm like,
saw
how's
big.
only
You
two
saw
of them?
big Bush. You saw Big Bush, and then Little Bush.
Well, Big Bush didn't affect us, bro. We was kids.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying though. Like, but we've seen like I've seen the 3 Bush. Well, I didn't see the Big Bush term. Like I was
3 terms.
sucking on a nipple when he was in office. Yeah, we've seen it. So I've seen a back and forth. Everybody's always been, but our Congress and everything has been usually somewhat democratic and all this stuff. But nonetheless, I tell my mom and I tell people all the time. And then I talk to people who are millionaires and 1%ers and 6%ers. I mean, sit in that top 5 to 6%, and then our 1%ers. And they literally say this, and I couldn't agree more when I realized it. During COVID year, Trump's first term, I had 0 issues with seeing benefits, true benefits, during his term as a man, as a business owner, and tax-wise, because I learned how the system works. And if we learn how the system works and start taking advantage of the fact that if I do X, Y, Z, and maybe one day we got to just do an episode where I just break down and elaborate on this stuff more. And maybe since we do want to spread this type of information with the new policy changes that are going on, maybe this will wake people up to want to do more things and become more independent. But I loved my president during the COVID years, because not him as a person. I'm just jokingly saying, like, I love the benefits that I survived. My business started right before COVID, 2019. COVID hit 2020. Bro, my business survived. Like I pushed through my entire business after just starting and quitting working for Chicago Public Schools and just saying I want to do this so I can just act and run my business. So I did that leap of faith, like you said, taking that risk. Bro, if I had not had a business and understood how these tax breaks and stuff work, I would have been SOL. But
Absolutely.
because somebody that is business oriented is in office, he's not a politician, he's just business minded. I'm like, man, we can't beat him. So I'm definitely going to learn and join them as best as I possibly can, because there's a reason. People are like, he shouldn't do that. He only paid like $100 on his taxes and all the money he make. I'm like, because y'all mad that he using the same system that they put in place and he knows it. And he admitted it. He said, don't get mad at me. Get mad at the people. Y'all mad at me for using a system that was designed for me to get this type of benefit. And we not saying, you know what, maybe we need to find out what this system is. But instead, we want to keep being the person that this is why. There's no way. He's a millionaire. He's a big man. He's stupid. He this. He's a this. SAs people, and he does all of this. Man, people do all this type of stuff. Bill Clinton got head in the office, so he cheated. All these people. Obama did nothing more than help the LGBTQ community. He didn't do nothing for black people when he was in
Hey,
office.
healthcare. Hey, that affordable
That's the
healthcare
only
act.
part. But that's not black people. That was just everybody. And I do agree with healthcare because I use it as a business owner. I got to buy my own insurance. But there were no real, that ain't building no generational wealth for us. That ain't setting us up to do something. Like, that's what I'm talking. We need more proactivity. People mad about Trump making, y'all see what country Dubai wants to invest $600 billion into the United States? Did y'all see that? The fact that he's getting countries, we're the ones usually giving all the countries money. So our tax dollars and we want to keep complaining, but then somebody says, hey, 600 billion, they want to invest into our country now. That's a pretty damn good job. And it's not hurting us. It's only going to benefit us. Huh. Okay. People actually see US now as equitable just in a few days. Now people want to put money into it. People complain about tariffs. People complain about all this type of stuff. No, that's what all the countries do to us. But people not educated on this stuff. Like, they're like, man, they taking away tariffs. That's no. Anytime we buy something, that's why it's always an importation tax. But now he's saying, no, don't worry. We going to do it too now. So anything we ship to y'all got to pay taxes on it the same way y'all do to us. Because that's what it is. That's a business. But people don't understand it. Y'all want to keep complaining and paying taxes? Come on, man. Like, when does somebody say we're going to do something about it? It's cold outside, but you got a blanket next to you. But you want to keep that blanket on the ground and just sit there and keep telling everybody, man, it's cold outside. It's cold outside. So, but the blanket's sitting right here. So now somebody pick up the blanket and you be like, man, what you doing?
Okay, disappeared.
My back?
Yeah.
Hold on. It said recording is higher quality. Hold on, I think it's switching back. I don't know why I did that. You still see me, bro?
But
go ahead.
Yeah, I can see you. Yeah. And the thing is I 100% understand everything you're saying. But at the same time, but honestly, 100% understand everything you're saying. We definitely need to be more financially literate and understand what with under him and what Republicans like to do as far as business wise. The same thing can happen under Democrats.
It could.
The thing is because it's not and the same thing, it can happen under Democrats, also in a better sense of people, middle class people that don't want to do business. And that's my thing, and that's my only pushback. Everyone does not want to be a business owner. Everyone does not want to deal with having business and taxes in that sense. And they should have that right to not want to do that and want to just live a life that they regular life. And so everything you said, 100% correct, but some people be like, but I don't want to do that. It's like when people say, oh, y'all got to get out here. Some people just don't want to do that, bro. Because as you know, it's a lot to be an entrepreneur. It's a lot to own a business. It's a lot to keep up. Even if you do it with a family, it's a lot to keep up tax breaks and having it, because you need a good accountant. That's a number. You need a very good accountant. You know what I'm saying? And if you have that capability to do it, do it. But I don't feel that a person, a family should be forced to do it to feel prosperity in where they live. That's my only pushback. I don't feel that it's necessary that if I don't want to do this, but it's the only way I'm gonna be able to survive. I don't find that as a fair thing. That's my only pushback to it. Because you're right about tariffs and stuff. That's why we have trade agreements like NAFTA, North America Free. That's why we have trade agreements. You give me this for this, so none of us got to pay tariffs. We trade amongst ourselves. We do tariffs on people. We don't do an astronomical 30, 40%, but we do like 10, 15. But we come with agreements. That's why we have allies. Again, everything you saying, I understand. I 100% get that. Knew that. I know all of that. A lot of people don't. And it's a lot to put on, but some people don't care about that because they like, bro, I want to wake up. I want to enjoy my family. I want to go work out. I want to do something I enjoy and be able to feel like I'm having a prosperous life without, damn, all right, shit. Like what you know what I'm saying? Because with tax cuts, you can start a business. You can put your family on payroll. You pay them, so then you get all of that. But again, this is what I say about as far as Black people being able to tell people, but having the funds to do it. White people being able to do this for hundreds of years and have the funds to do it. Where we are just accessing, oh, I know this, but I don't have to think about it. We know about it, but I don't have the fun. When it comes to that, you got to have money to blow. You got to have money to lose. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? We gotta hurry up. We gotta wrap this up. We can definitely continue this because that's another part. Is we don't have a lot to lose. It goes without thinking of how long we gonna live, how many opportunities do we get to mess up. You know what I'm saying? That's where my thinking goes when I see things like I see with this guy. When people like what you just say, when you say this, it's like I 100% agree with it. I'm 100% on that understanding. But again, like I say, you can make money with either party if you know the system. Because these rich people, these millionaires, they made money under Democrats too, as much as they want to probably just talk about all crazy and stuff like that. But we don't need regulation stuff. No, bro, y'all just can't do things and feel like, oh, well, I make the money. That's a whole nother story. Damn, now, but I definitely expect this conversation to go this far, get on to other things. We can definitely get to that next episode. It was very good conversation and like very insightful, very two sides, good and bad to both sides. You know what I'm saying? And so, but again, like I say, my only thing is that we put a lot of pressure on us to do things that we're still new to learn.
Mm-hmm.
And again, at the simplest form of life, a person should feel like, man, I just want to be able to exist and enjoy just what's around me. Now, does that make sense in America? It absolutely don't. It's like, bro, you got to do this. But who am I to say what this person should do with the life that God given them? I ain't trying to be religious. Whatever God, whatever your religion is, whoever your high power is, or so like that. If this person has that mentality with their life, who am I to try to push this? No, go this. If that's not what's in them, you know what I'm saying? And so, and it's not my job to do. It's not my duty to do that. In my thinking sense, I'm like, bro, that's the dumbest shit. You have to be able to make it, bro. You gotta get a job. You need to take this advantage of this. But they're gonna be listening to me like, bro, I just want to paint and travel and walk around the world with my socks off. It's like,
yeah, no,
all right,
you ain't wrong.
So you know what I'm saying? And then again, like I say, everything you're saying, it's just that we still don't have the strong access needed to give people, and this is only with Black people, we still don't have the opportunity to just fuck up.
Yeah.
That's what we need. We need more opportunities to fuck up, because none of us get this shit right. We don't get this right in one shot. That's my biggest thing. Think about it, Trump, how many bankruptcies he's had, but he has people around him to keep him going. From a lot of Black people, we can mess up, and it's like we get defeated. And it's like, no, don't get defeated. But it's like, bro, we only get one. We always told we get one life. It's like, I don't want to keep dealing with this. I want to just enjoy life. You know what I'm saying? And again, and it's like, I don't like people feeling that way. But it's like, you know what? After a while, I get it, because it's like, you only get one life, and it's who am I to say what you feel happy doing with your life and enjoying life? And it's not much as everything you said. I will say this to these people, but they can be like, bro, I just want to ride a bike and eat chips, eat cereal.
Yeah, no, you ain't lying about that.
And it sucks when it's us, but it's like, this is this American thing made up. I want a Black person to feel like they can just be lazy, and if you want to feel that way, but we can't, because we're so far behind in the capitalistic sense. And that's my biggest thing that intertwines, because you'd be like, man, this white guy lazy, but they've had years to be able to be lazy, because they can just go somewhere where we don't. You know what I'm saying? And then it's all traumas and stuff like that. Man, this was a good, like I said, good episode. Definitely ran longer than I wanted with this, but I didn't want to cut it off because it was very good information being said. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Let me reset real quick. Hold that thought.
Well, again, make sure y'all follow the YouTube channel, An Educated Genius. Check out the future episodes. As you can see, we don't agree on everything, but we listen to what we're saying. That didn't make no damn sense.
Back.
I don't know what the hell I was talking about. So, but before we head out, did you have anything you wanted to say or anything?
No, I agree.
Of it?
Like I said, it was a healthy conversation. I think we do need to have more in-depth conversations with things, because there is, to a point that you said, with not everybody wants to be a business owner. Not everybody is meant to be rich, wealthy. Not everybody's meant to be successful in that regard. That's a spiritual thing. The world can't function that way. Everybody wants to be a social media influencer, a content creator, a streamer, this, whatever the easiest road is. And it's like, it's only so many spots for that. It's only so many people that can be the CEOs of all of these big time, Fortune 500 companies. Like, it's only so much. Somebody got to be the janitor. Somebody got to be the cook. Somebody got to be the sanitation, department. So everybody is not, like you said, some people just want to live their life, enjoy their work, be happy, come home, have a simple life. The problem is, though, where I would just counter you, and maybe we'll have a conversation about that another time, is there's a lot of people that are not supposed to be living that way, but they're choosing to, due to their free will. And I believe that there's a benefit that they're missing because of they don't see the real value or the real, what we say, Black people, y'all don't see y'all real power and potential. And so many people they rather just work. Hey, what's the saying that most Black people always say? I ain't got to do nothing but be Black and die. That's literally, that's a coined phrase in the Black community for a reason. Because most people don't want to do that extra work. So I agree.
And again, And again, and again, I guess I don't. I guess my thing is I don't care about money. And I really, and if people's like, but you need, I know how to make money. I understand I need money. I don't care about money. I don't care about this art. I care about people being happy and being themselves and being happy to be themselves and enjoy life for what they want to bring. And that's where because I didn't even want to get to these races, all this stuff. Because honestly, I don't fuck. I honestly, like I say, when it comes to president and all of this, I already know the schematics to it. It's like, but I'm gonna vote because what my people, what we had to go through to be able to have the right to vote and things like that. But it's all first of all, the electoral college is fucking trash. You know what I'm saying? Swing states and all this bunch of crap. Like, you know, and again, I get that, and that's the thing. And I think people be thinking like, bro, I know all of this. Trust me. Like, you're not gonna hit me with no information like I don't know. Like I know. And if you do, help me. But I know a lot. Like I be knowing a lot. You know. But you know, I lost my list. What I'm trying to say. But yeah, no, it's just again, we're so far behind the 8 ball financially that it's hard for us to be like you say, like it's hard for us to just not do nothing. Because man, when I so many like, I'll be like, bro, y'all just get the like on the plot, like it's but it's like that's how it is. But it's like, and like I say, I don't like to hear people like, man, I just want to be like, I don't want like, no, bro, you can't. Like, you got to be able to, you got to do something because we got to think like we need you so we can be with meet with these people. We need to help build ourselves up, and which is going to be another topic. We got to stop thinking about building us to meet with them. Just build up what we build us for us. Like I don't like stop caring about them. Don't want to match them. Don't want to. We already better than them because we've been down so much. But everything, best things in this world, everything created, it comes from us. So it's like don't you know what I'm saying? Just take like you say.
You gotta learn it.
Take from what they got there and build with us, but we gotta learn it. So, but yeah, no, we could definitely get on. We're gonna definitely get. I know so many people like just like you. You know what I'm saying? Business owners, people like I got a homeboy. He worked on Wall Street. He got his own little financial group he got and thing going. So we can definitely get some people on here. We can have an episode about that. You know what I'm saying? And like help expound the reach to these people. Help expound the people that follow us and their knowledge and things like that. You know what I'm saying? But no, very good, healthy conversation. Lot was learned, said. Yes, Kamala. Also, I voted for Kamala. I wanted to see a white woman be president because so many men was, I don't want to see a woman in charge.
No, I wasn't. I don't
was
want
you
to
one of them
see
people?
a woman like she didn't want to.
Just that, not
like
anything
her,
else. Like,
but I also said that I knew she wasn't gonna win because they're not gonna put a black, even though she ain't black. But that's a whole nother conversation. Man.
No, she is black.
Man, they had a whole thing. She's Indian.
Her
She's
father's
Indian.
Jamaican, bro.
She's Indian.
She's mixed with both.
Remember, she lied in the book, and it was her help.
So wait, her Jamaican side don't count?
She said it was her grandmother or her auntie or something like that. That wasn't her grandma. That was like the servant or like the maid or something. Yeah, she was lying.
Well, okay, I mean, this is my thing.
But no,
well, I don't know why she did that, man. People do so many. Yeah, no, and again,
nah.
But I mean,
she wasn't gonna
I ain't
win,
saying
bro.
the woman was perfect. Like, come on, I ain't saying the woman was perfect, but
they're not putting a black woman before a white woman in there. Period. If they want to put a white woman in there, they not.
And I 100% get that. And
why waste it?
I get that, but I'm not finna not.
Why waste it? I vote don't mean nothing. It's a popular vote.
Possibly happen.
That's all it is.
Absolutely, I get it. Again, also, it's disrespectful for me not to when there's millions of people.
I'm not saying not to vote. I'm saying
lost their life to want to have this right.
Your vote.
So
if you kind of already know, like, there's no way, like, she's gonna win. You really don't so?
I know. I definitely felt she had a chance. I felt she had a chance. Yes, I really felt that people realize how stupid this guy is when he tells people to drink bleach to get rid of COVID. Like, you can't.
He a troll. Like, he trolls on purpose.
No, and I get that. And this is the thing. And this is I get all of that, bro. But like, no, because this is the thing. People follow this guy. The man had people going to the White House.
We gonna have ignorance everywhere. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be ignorance everywhere, like you said. Like, there was ignorance.
So yeah, no, but it's certain levels of ignorance where it's like I'm ignorant because I didn't know that. But the fact that you don't know about disinfect, it's certain levels. Like if I make a statement about like you that's my thing, bro. Like, everyone don't know everything. but it's certain things you don't. It's like, come on, bro, and don't just blabber, just say
Yeah.
large stuff. Like again, and I don't want to go back and the man said, he's been asking this man, what's your health care plan? We'll have one in a couple of weeks. 2 weeks later, he don't come up, and it's like, because another thing was policy. I'm like, the man don't have, it's like, for what you say about her,
I
at
do
least had the
though,
same thing
because
with
he
this.
had
That's my
policies
was my
that
whole
I
thing.
knew he
But
was
yeah,
gonna do, with all the stuff going on, and I knew about the whole tariff thing, and I did not know that he was gonna do the DEI or the EEO, but again, my thing was this: I knew that he's trying to
oh no,
save as much money as
I knew
possible.
he was gonna
That
do
was his
that.
whole take. So it was like, no, but for real though, he was that as a business owner, the main focus, the universal is saving, maximizing money, and making more.
It's saving
Whatever.
money.
So that was, I knew that it was going to be an angle. So there were going to be some very drastic and radical changes. Plain and simple. The EEO stuff don't affect me. The DEI stuff don't affect me. And the reason why I say that is because, and people got to understand, what it's doing is now just completely saying, if you qualified, you qualified, and that person needs to hopefully make the best decision for their company, period. Or and I'm okay with that, because again, there's a lot of because just as well as there were benefits of it, there were some cons to that with all of that type of stuff. Do I, like, for example, and again, this is not a misogynistic view or anything like that. This is, if it's between you, Mike, and Vanessa down the street, and y'all both at the police academy, who's more likely to be able to handle a high level threat or be taken serious? You or Vanessa? And I'm being specific with the police academy. I call 911 and I say I need a cop to come because there's somebody trying to kill me. I'm hoping that it's a man, and this is male or female. If you call 911 for an emergency or anything like that, most people, if it's a very extreme or violent or high risk situation, you're looking for the person that best represents or is going to make you feel the safest or protected. And I only use that example because that was also a part of it, just like the military. And again, there's not saying that there are not roles that people can play, but there's no such thing as equal. When if it's a dude that's 6'5" in the military and he got shot and he got to be carried by this 5-foot woman, can he? Can she drag him? Can she really? You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying that some of them can't. I'm just saying that that's the ladder, though. And so I just need us to just start being a little bit more. If we're gonna be equal, can we be equally wise and just rational with our logic, though?
Well, one, I do not
But
call
it
the
was
police.
a
I hate when
hypothetical,
people
though.
don't way. I'm not calling no police. And if I do, okay, hypothetically, I'm not.
Yes.
I don't want to call the police. If I have to, I want a black person. I wouldn't care. And honestly, if I was, I would probably want a female over a male, because this just from what I've been experiencing, just from my experience of talking to males, especially black males lately, within I say the last 3-5 years, especially even with the whole thing, male egos are very, I don't understand women. Male egos are horrible, man. And as soon as you try to like say
Agreed.
something, like it's just horrible. It's trash. And I'm not saying women's not, but I'm like, men, like it's some fragile men. It's like some like I be trying, they be like, they like just listen to how they speak and no confidence about them. Like, cause this is the thing. 9 times out of 10, the guy in the police, he
Yeah.
probably some
Yeah.
low self-esteem guy. I'm a police officer now. I got the power to
Yeah.
do something.
Yeah.
Now he come over here, hey man, don't talk to me. I have the badge. Like, relax, bro. Don't give, like, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Compared to, I think, not
Yeah.
a woman. And again, I don't want to do this because both sides, but yeah. So if hypothetically speaking, I want a black person and I take a black female. I don't like I like, and man, I was probably gonna get ate up. Oh man, you a punk. I don't care. But y'all some pussy. Like, it's a lot of soft pussy men
It
out
is.
here, bro. And it's disturbing to me. It's they feel
Yeah.
like if they ain't the big dude, they ain't got no, like, bro, you need to get
Agreed.
comfortable with yourself. You need to find yourself and be comfortable with yourself in any setting. Like, I don't care if a woman lead me. I don't care. I'm me. I can leave my like bro, it's the world. It's too much abundance in the
Yeah.
world to feel that
Yeah.
you gotta hold on, be this person to feel like, you know what I'm saying? But we're gonna get up out of here again. Make sure y'all follow the YouTube channel, Uneducated Genius. Great conversation. Definitely gonna have to part 2 it a little later on or so like that. Definitely expect to run it this long. Hopefully, if y'all went through this whole episode with us, appreciate it. Greatly appreciate it. Make sure y'all share, repost everything when we post the clips on Instagram and stuff like that. Of course, on my IG page, the MP Show, his page, official Julian Griffith. So
all I want to tell people is this:
head out with.
Thank you for tuning into the conversation, and I really do hope that you all go do research on some of the things we were talking about in this conversation, so you all can be well versed and be a little bit more educated on the stuff. So as we go along this journey within the next few years, and in the way that the world and the country is going, that you all educate yourselves beyond TikTok and YouTube. I just want us to actually do real research, and I also want us to start learning tax laws and just start educating yourselves, man. If we really want to do something generationally, you can't limit yourself, and you need to be more versed and be open to broadening your horizon. So that's what I challenge our viewers to do this week moving forward. Like, find a way to get better or bring skills, because that's where the world is going into. Find a skill that you can market with, because we getting there, baby. We getting there where you're going to need something that is liquid, something with liquidity, because I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, that's what I got, man.
All right, appreciate that. Me, I love my black people. It's always us above everything. And man, y'all continue to just be great and great whatever who you want to be. Be great with whoever you with. Be great with Haitian. Just be a great individual, because that type of energy spreads very, very contagiously, and you never know. You might be a teacher with great energy, and you spread that to someone that might be the next U.S. senator. Let me not say U.S. senator.
Yeah,
the owner. That don't matter. It's U.S. senator. But we get up out of here.
Not me.
Appreciate y'all tuning in again. He said it. So y'all have a good evening.